Hey guys, it's Tech Racer, and today in this video we're going to review this Amazfit GTS 2 Mini after using it for 10 months. So I've thoroughly used this watch for now 10 months or so, and I'm going to review this watch for you guys again because I was getting a lot of comments and queries regarding this watch, how it's performing, how am I getting this battery and things like that. So I'll talk this in this video, so let's get started with the video. So the reason of making this video I already explained in my intro. So let's get started with the review itself. So I'm going to talk about all the major things about this watch. I'm not going to go into the details because I mentioned them in my unboxing and review video. So what are my impressions as of now with this watch? I'm going to share that in this video. So first of all, let's talk about the build quality. So the overall watch construction is made using plastic as well as some metal, you can say aluminum and glass. So the overall chassis is made up out of metal and it's aluminum if I'm not wrong, and the bottom part where all the sensor houses is basically made of glossy plastic, and the top part where the screen houses is made up out of glass. And we do have some coating on the glass but they haven't mentioned, so many of you guys commented which type of protection film is on top of it. So I don't know because they haven't specified, but yeah, there is some kind of protection because you do not get scratched that easily. But yeah, if you do get like a deep scratch, then definitely it will pop up on your display, because recently I went for an outing and mistakenly I just scratched it on a rock pillar and it did got some deep scratches, and that's quite obvious. But yeah, minor scratches, those are not going to come onto the watch real soon or real quick. So yeah, even if I put it, because I usually use this watch very roughly, so usually I keep it on my table beside my desk or beside my bed. So yeah, but I do take care of it, but yeah, I don't use it that good. I use it pretty roughly only. But yeah, I do not find any scratches on the display, but on the bottom, that's the glossy plastic. Definitely you are going to see the scratches on that part because it's a glossy plastic and it's a plastic. And although that's on the bottom side, so that is not going to be visible, but it will get scratched over the time. So minor scratches are there onto the bottom side, but it does not hinder the performance of the sensors, so sensors work perfectly fine. So overall, for the build quality of this watch, it's like 9 out of 10 because I am impressed with the watch quality. Even the button and all other things of the watch are so good. You will get that good premium feel while using this watch. So yeah, overall a very good build quality of this watch. So 9 out of 10 for the build quality. Okay, so now let's talk about the overall software experience and app experience, because one of the things that I like about this watch was its software experience and app integration. The watch runs on some custom OS and I think it's based on Android, something like that, because of the battery icon, the overall toggles icon and all other icons and animation small things. They do like some Androidish type of animation, so overall software experience is pretty good. It's not a Wear OS, it's custom OS from Amazfit and it's really very good. I really like the animations and the soft like swipe left, swipe right and all the gestures. It works completely fine. So you'll get a good software experience with this watch. Even the app which is installed on your phone is really very good. Initially it was like pretty basic, but over the time by pushing updates, the app is much better now and has a way better like UI. It's pretty easy to navigate through the app as well as on the watch. So if you spend like an hour or so with this watch, you will easily get used to the gestures and all other things. So learning this watch is not a difficult task for you. So overall software experience is really very good. I would give it 8.5 out of 10 in terms of software and its integration. And talking about the watch faces, we do have a lot of watch faces for this watch, and after each update for the Zepp app, it pushes out new watch faces, so you can use it. I usually use two only. One is digital and analog. I switch them accordingly to my occasions. So yeah, overall a really good software experience. So 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, good. Okay, so now let's talk about the battery life, because that's the main concern of this video, because many users are commenting out how am I getting this battery life, and even I made a battery life saving video for this watch and many of you guys commented turning on the feature will obviously improve the battery life, and that's quite obvious because you don't need the feature, just turn them off and you will have a bit more battery from your watch. So yeah, if you are not okay, just don't turn it off. And talking about the battery life, I do get 5 days of battery life because I use this watch daily. Always on display I do not use, but if you turn off the always on display, you will see a drastic change in your battery life, even because it's not running your display, so obviously it's going to save your battery. So I usually charge my watch on the Friday evening, or you can say Saturday morning, and it usually gets me throughout the week because I do not use the like walking and all the for sports features. So normal notifications and all those things works fine, and it takes me throughout the week until like next Friday. I am completely free of like charging this watch. I usually end up with 8 to 9% of battery at the mid of Friday. So it gets me throughout the week. That's how I get the battery life, and I'm not faking it out. It's actually the thing. That's why I'm clear saying it out. But obviously, 14 days of battery as claimed by MSFit, it's not the case. You can get around week or so. Obviously, that depends upon your usage as well. So that's about the battery life. And battery life, I'll give it around 8 out of 10. Because yeah, there are some other watches which have a bit more better battery life. But yeah, considering the features and all of the sensor data, I'll talk about in the next part of this video. It's like 8 out of 10 is good from my side. Now let's talk about the accuracy of this watch, talking about the sensors and the data and statistics that it collects. First of all, talking about the sleeping data or the night data. So whenever you sleep wearing this watch, it will track your sleep data. What quality of sleep you're taking, good sleep, bad sleep, or like sudden wake ups, that it will track everything when you put this watch on your wrist and go to sleep. And sleep tracking is pretty accurate. I can say like around 95% accuracy is there, because I sleep for like if I sleep for 8 hours, it shows 7 hours 55 minutes. Sometimes it also shows 8 hours exactly. So that's how the accuracy is, and pretty good accuracy in terms of sleep tracking. So if I wake up in between, it will track that also, like you wake up for 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is. So sleep tracking is pretty good. Now talking about the sensors, it has SpO2, then heart rate monitoring, and GPS as well. In terms of SpO2, it's also 95% accurate, I can say, because I compared it with my oximeter. If the oximeter shows 97, it shows 98. Almost same most of the time, but 1% plus minus is considered while checking with this watch. But always rely on a medically tested equipments. This is only for the sake of emergency. But yeah, SpO2 works fine and pretty accurate as well. Talking about the heart rate monitoring, this one also works fine. You can see 3 plus minus BPM is considered while comparing with an oximeter, and accuracy of the heart rate monitoring is also really good. So the quality of sensors which are used in this watch and software that has been optimized is really very good. So the accuracy simply goes above 90% most of the time. Talking about the GPS tracker, well, I don't use it more often, but whenever I used it, I just found out that if you're like inside your house, then it takes a bit longer time to log the GPS signal. Other than if you're like out in some open ground or some outer area, it will log the GPS signal pretty quickly. Now that's quite obvious, but still I stay at like third floor, but still it struggles to log the GPS signal, whereas I go to balcony, it quickly logs the GPS signal. That's the difference. So yeah, overall GPS is also pretty good, but I don't use it that often, so that's why I can say like it's good. So talking about the sensors are really very good, and accuracy is pretty high as well. So 8.5 out of 10 for the sensors as well. So yeah, that's pretty good score in terms of accuracy. Okay, now talking about the overall conclusion of this watch. So should you guys buy this watch now? Probably you can go with this watch, because I don't think there are some another watches in this particular price range, because I did not had a research about it. But yeah, there is another one that's GTR 2E, that's in the round shape, but it's almost the same with the internals of GTS 2 Mini, but it's in a round shape. So if you like round watches, then definitely you can search for GTR 2 and you can get that watch as well. Recently we found a really good discount on this watch in the earlier Amazon Flipkart sales. So yeah, if you want this watch, you can definitely go with this one. Well, there are some another options as well from like Xiaomi or Mi Watch, but there are few issues with those watch. And personally I haven't tested them, so that's why I'm not going to recommend them. But yeah, overall in terms of this watch, you can definitely go with this watch. It's really a very good watch and works perfect almost all of the time. So I did not find any issue even after using it for 10 months. Battery life is almost similar as I mentioned. So it was like earlier, because I did not have that hardcore schedule. So that's why it gets me throughout the week without any issues. So yeah, this was the quick review of this Amazfit GTS 2 Mini after using it for 10 odd months. So still, if you have some questions or query regarding this watch, you can put down in the comment section of this video, and I'm happy to answer all those questions. So yeah, this is pretty much it for this video, guys. If you found this video really helpful, then do that like button, subscribe button, and share it for more such videos. So thanks guys, thanks for watching.